name is, you ready, Mara? My name's Brandi. We're going to be talking about Windows 8 today. Do you all have Windows 8 computers already? Are you just thinking about switching to that platform?
We have one at home.
One at home. Okay, so 2 with and 2 without, right? Okay. So we're just going to start with the basics and then move on to navigation and then some of the more advanced stuff. What we're looking at right now is the lock screen. This is just what you'll see when you turn your computer on. If you do already have a Windows 8 computer, 8.1 is now available. It's the upgrade or the service pack for the original install of Windows 8. It is free on the marketplace and it does change some stuff. One of those things is you can actually make it so that this lock screen doesn't show up when you turn your computer on. It goes straight to your desktop. And that's a personal option. When you click anywhere on the screen, it'll take you to your login screen. Now, to use Windows 8, you do need to have a Windows Live ID. It can be something you already have previously set up, say with maybe an Xbox account or something like that. But to be able to use Windows 8, you do need to have that account set up and to be able to log in. The nice thing about having it this way is if you're at a friend's house or you get a new computer and it's a Windows 8 computer, you can sign in with your username and password and you're actually able to pull anything that is available on the cloud with Windows 8 onto that computer. So if you have documents saved on your Windows 8 account and you need to open them and you're on another Windows 8 computer, it's still accessible as long as there's an internet connection. When you sign in, it's going to take you automatically to your Start menu screen. This is what the new Start menu looks like with Windows 8. It doesn't have the traditional little button in the corner that brings up the task menu bar. It comes to this. These are called tiles or apps. They have a couple other names, but those are the most common names for them. This screen is fully customizable. You can actually click and drag. And with Windows 8.1, which is installed on this computer, you can actually make it so that they're all the little tiny tiles or make them big size to be fully customizable, as well as customize the background screen so that it looks, you can put a personal picture on there if you want. Now, one of the nice things that they did with Windows 8 is did provide you with the traditional desktop. It is considered an actual application, much like the other apps that we saw on this screen here. So it's technically a program and not the actual desktop. With Windows 8.1, they did add, due to requests from consumers, a button that allows you to get back to your Start menu. This is also accessible by pressing the Windows key. There's a little Windows key right here on the keyboard. You can press that and it'll allow you to switch between your last opened application, which for us was desktop, and your Start menu. Okay, and then on here you can open up classic programs. I do want to talk about Internet Explorer. Windows 8 has 2 different options for Internet Explorer. If you're in the desktop app, you get the classic Internet Explorer that you're used to. And this will work just like it does now. It's the latest version of Internet Explorer that's been released. It plays Flash and everything. If you go to your Start menu, there's another Internet Explorer option here. It's not the same thing. It's actually an application, and it's been made to look modern and available for use with touchscreen if you have a touchscreen device. The nice thing about this is that it does kind of make everything available to you in one little spot. The not so nice thing about it, and here's a pretty good example actually, is that it does not play Flash at all. You cannot use Flash with the Internet Explorer application. You can use it with the desktop. So anything that requires Flash to run is not going to work. Our website, this is actually our homepage, usually has a big picture right here that slides across with little interactive buttons, and they're not going to load here. But if I go to Google, it should load just like it normally would if I type it in right. And there are some options here to be able to add to favorites, get new tabs. Let me see here. The nice thing about it though, because they knew that you wouldn't be able to use Flash, if you have a program that you open up or a website that you open up and it's not working on your computer with the Windows Internet Explorer application, there is a button down here that you can use, this little wrench here, where you can view it in the desktop area and it'll open it up on the desktop application for you. So they did kind of compensate for that lack of Flash for you. The other nice thing is that you can have multiple applications open at the same time. Now, if you're comfortable with Windows 7, you do know about the Snap feature where you can have two separate programs opened up side by side, two different windows open on your computer. Now, they made that available with this, but the nice thing is it's two separate apps. So say you want to look at pictures, and then you want to look maybe at the desktop, you can click and drag it over. If I can get it here. The little handlebar there allows you to, you see the hand? Oh, you don't see him. Okay, so there's a little hand that's right up here right now. It looks like a hand that you'd be able to grab something with. It changes from the cursor to a hand. And you just click and you drag it over until you see like a bar like that. And then we want to look at our pictures at the same time. We can actually have those both open. There you go. At the same time, and it's adjustable. So if you maybe just want to have the pictures open a little bit, this bar right here does move so that you can adjust the size or make it go away completely. And then you can actually close applications this way too by dragging them to the bottom, just like that. Some shortcuts on how to navigate around here. If you're on, say, your desktop app and you want to open up an app that you've had open recently, after half an hour, I believe, is the default, but it is adjustable. Any program that you've had open or application that you've had open is automatically going to shut down on you. It just makes it so that your computer isn't running too many things at the same time. So if I go up here in the upper left-hand corner, it shows me the last program that I had open and allows me to cycle through everything that's still technically open. So we've got the desktop, the Pictures app, and the Internet Explorer application. If I am moused over this and I just mouse down, it's going to show me everything that's open that's not already pulled up.
So what did you mouse over that shows?
Okay, so if we go up in the top right hand corner, it allows you to cycle through all of the open applications. If you just move the mouse down just below that, it's going to show you a list of everything that's open. If we had several open, it would show every single one of them, so you can just open up the specific one that you want instead of cycling through. It's really handy if you have several open at the same time. If we go down here in the corner of any time, it'll take us back to the start menu. And right-clicking here, actually, will get you access to all of your old features that you had with Windows 7, which is also nice if you want to go to Programs and Features, Control Panel, personalization options, anything that you might need as an administrator for your computer to be able to make sure it's clean and all of that. This is where you'd go. So you just go to the bottom right-hand corner, bottom left-hand corner, and right-click, and it pulls this up, and it will take you back to the desktop as well. So top left-hand is for quick navigation. Bottom left-hand is for being able to get back to the start menu or reaching your administrative properties. You go to the upper right-hand corner here, and it's going to have these up. This is actually considered a charms bar, and these are important. If you haven't had Windows 8 before, this is going to be completely new for you. This is basically how you do everything on your computer. When they developed Windows 8, they decided they were going to make it for easy navigation with the older version of Windows, you'd have a folder within a folder within a folder, and they've tried to bypass that for you. So what you can do instead is to search your computer for anything, and let's just look up WordPad. And it's going to show you everything on here. It'll have WordPad, and if we looked up something maybe more like Microsoft, just looked up the word Microsoft, it's going to show us all the games, all the settings, Microsoft Office if we need it, and when we can click on whatever's most relevant to us. The other nice thing is if you're back here at the Windows screen and you click on this little tiny arrow down here, it'll expand everything for you that's on your computer, and you can actually search from here as well.
Is that arrow on the original Windows 8?
Yes, it is. The only thing that, the biggest changes that have come with 8.1 is this little button right here. What didn't used to be there and is now. They made it so that on the lock screen, you're actually able to bypass this if you don't want it anymore. And Windows 8.1 did just come out last week and available on the marketplace for free for anyone who has Windows 8.
So what do you mean on the marketplace?
It's actually an application that you can get. It'll come as one of the standard ones. Yep. And you just look up Windows 8.1 and it's a free download for you.
And this is Windows 8, not 8.1.
This is 8.1. I had us install 8.1 on this just for this presentation today. Yeah.
Does 8.1 allow you to boot into your desktop
Yeah.
instead of going through the tiles?
You can have it with Windows. That's what I mean by bypassing the lock screen. You can have it boot directly from when you sign in. It'll open up. You can turn your computer on, and it'll come directly to your desktop. This desktop application. Let's see what else here. Oh, we were on Charms. Okay. So Charms bar. First of all, you know you don't have like a traditional taskbar anymore unless you're on the desktop application. So if you want to see the time and you're in anything that's not your desktop application, let's just check out the weather here. And this is what the weather application looks like. It'll automatically detect where you're at based on your internet connection. You'll be able to see what the time is, the date. You can reach your settings from here. And when you do the settings, it's going to bring up these bars. Every application has their own settings bars so that you can do specific things within that application that relates to it. For this one, it allows you to bring up specific maps or vacation places, or you can change location, change parameters based on whether you want them to be European or the imperial system. Sharing is just a way for you to be able to say, hey, I have this thing and I want to share it with somebody else. So you can mail it. Different applications have different options for sharing. If you're, say, in an email one, it's going to allow you to do a couple of different options. Or if you're on Facebook, you can actually share things and have them posted to Facebook, or you're on the internet. It's going to give you different options for sharing with your friends so they can make it more communication friendly. Another one of our charms on here is just another way to get back to the start menu. They want to make it as easy as possible for you to find your home place. And then devices will be where you can put in anything like phones, displays, additional devices if your device is Bluetooth capable. Say you get a laptop that's Bluetooth capable, anything you have is going to show up here as well. There's not much involved in that menu. And then the settings one is the one that you're really going to want to go for, because not only does it bring up personalized settings for whatever app you're in, but it brings up the overall settings for your entire computer. This is where you're going to have your wireless connection, volume control, things like notifications, because it does, if you have maybe an iOS device, you know how it gives you notifications that just pop down for you. That's where these are going to be at. And your power options. You can also change your PC settings. And this is where you're going to be able to personalize things like making it so that it bypasses the lock screen, or adjusting brightness, changing backgrounds, that sort of thing.
no matter what app we're in, or we can,
They're always going to be these 5 charms: search, share, start, devices, and settings. It's just that they have different options depending on what app you're in. The start one's the only one that's going to, and the search one are the only ones that are going to have the exact same thing every single time, because settings is going to change depending on what app you're in. Devices depends on what devices you have plugged in, and share depends on what you have open and what share options are available through that company, because most apps are independently developed and submitted to Microsoft. Let's see what else here.
so how do you add apps to that?
Oh, that's a good question. So say that I want to put Microsoft Word on here. Or we'll just do Microsoft Office because the demo doesn't have Word on it. You just click. Hold on. This is embarrassing.
Maybe Office needs to not be highlighted. See at the top.
That was an autofill. It will do that for you too. It's like, oh, you've looked for this before. Yeah, quick search. Yep.